Hey, this is the Pizza here, and this is another territory war with Valor. This time the territory war is Valor versus Chemical, and we are on offense, which is why our names are red. If you did not watch my last territory war video, I would recommend watching it so you can understand the basics of a territory war if you don't already know them. So right now, even though we're on offense, the party I'm in has been tasked with defending the castle and being watchouts in case any of the chemical members sneak past and try to take over our castle. So for the first part, we just tried to run around deciding who's going to go to what gate to watch and stuff like that. So I skipped all that and got right to the part where we figured out who was going to go where. And so it was decided that I would be at gate 8, and gate 8 is the northernmost gate in the attacking castle. So we've already got our tower set up, and you can already see they're beginning to scout our area. So right now they're just scouting to see in case there's any place where they could get in and possibly destroy us before we are able to get to their castle. So right now this person just keeps on scouting, and I decided that it wasn't much of a threat since we had the towers around. So I went back to my post, and this is the view I had of the entire area. So I could also see over to the middle gate, just to see if there was any trouble going on over there. But my main goal was to see if anyone was coming up this road right in front of me. So I have a pretty good view of the area, and there's really no way anyone can sneak up to the side of you without you seeing them from my vantage point, since I can see above all the hills. And so I just kept watch. For most of the time, it was pretty much just this, looking out into an open area with no one attacking. The middle gate, however, did get a lot of action, but I was ordered to stay at my gate and not move, in case the middle gate was just a distraction for them to come around this gate. So there you can see the middle gate's already getting action, and it's not much of a big attack, and we're really only worried if they have catapults. So here I skipped ahead a little bit more, and this is how many people would actually get past our defenses, by jumping on a big rock such as that one, and then jumping up and over the walls. So that's one way to get past the defenses, and it's one of the few ways to get past without using catapults to destroy the towers. So I skipped ahead more, and you can see that it changed from night to day. And here the defenders did bring catapults to our castle. And so more of our guild members were forced to be drawn from the attack and move towards defense. So the attack was lightened up a little bit. So how to take out a catapult is, you don't actually attack the catapult, you attack the person who's pulling the catapult. So the first thing you have to do is identify the person pulling it, which usually isn't too difficult. But if there's a big mob around them, then it can be a little bit difficult at times. Now, one strategy people might use to actually avoid being attacked is by hiding inside the catapult. And the way they do that is by pulling the catapult to a location where they want to attack, then leaving the catapult in that location and walking into the framework of the catapult, and then just standing there, and when you try to target them, it'll target the catapult instead of them. So the only effective way of getting them after that is by using area of effect spells. And so now they brought 3 catapults to the gate I was defending, gate 8, and my main role was to delay them, not really kill them. So I would just go in and maybe get a few hits on somebody to distract them from what they were really trying to get to. Since I was watching over gate 8, I was able to give a warning so we could get a quick response and get as many people over here as fast as possible to react to the catapult attack. So here as you can see, a lot of us are dying and respawning, and a few of their members snuck into our castle and started dealing some damage. So the catapults are still outside the gate and destroying the second tower now. The first tower has already been knocked down. The first tower they destroyed was the poison tower, and the second one they're destroying is the explosion tower. And so right now, the explosion tower, I believe, has just been destroyed. And so now they're bringing the catapults inside to try to take out the towers guarding our central core. So even though Chemical was defending, they did push and attack a lot. So that forced our members who were attacking to be drawn back away from the attack and into defense. So that was part of their strategy. And it was pretty effective for a while and delayed us from achieving our goal, which is what the defender's goal should be to do, since we do have a time limit on how long this can last. So this battle lasted for an hour and 45 minutes, and if you remember from my last video, the maximum time limit for a battle is 3 hours. So they did hold out for quite a long time, largely due to the fact that they attacked us instead of just staying on defense the entire time. And so you can see a lot of people are responding all at the same time, which is due to area of effect attacks. Now, their strategy was to get everyone to attack the catapult pullers, which everyone would to get rid of the catapults. And then they would cast an area of effect spell on an area around the catapult puller and kill a large amount of us, or at least damage us. So right now they are going after our central towers, and the tower you see right next to me is actually almost all the way down on health. So we were starting to get pretty worried, but then eventually we start to take down their catapults and the attack lessened off. So we had less and less people defending our castle, so we were able to strengthen our attack. So as you can tell, much of this battle was based on the balance between defense and offense, and it was critical that we kept more offense than defense so we could get their castle's core down as quickly as possible before the time limit ran out. So now that the threat of those 3 catapults is basically gone, you can see more of our guild members beginning to move out of the castle with catapults of our own. And now I'm beginning to go back and resume my post at my gate. So we did suffer a pretty big blow from that attack. Both of the towers at the gate I'm defending, gate 8, are knocked out. And one tower at the middle gate, the explosive tower, has also been knocked out. I'm not exactly sure about the towers at gate 10, but I do believe they did not suffer any damages. So right now I've taken back up my post in case they had any reinforcements coming with any more catapults. The limit for how many catapults one team can have on the battlefield at a single time is 4, and since they had just used 3 of their catapults, we didn't think any more were coming. And so now we swapped off positions, and I began to scout, which means I just go a little bit farther ahead of what people at the gates can see, and I run back and forth in front of our castle. And so I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video, but the territory we are fighting for is the Great Wall. No matter what territory you're fighting for, the map the territory battle takes place on will always be the same. And so now I'm just making my rounds around the castle. And so the little bit of extra distance provided by scouting gives you a little bit more of an early warning system. So now I skipped ahead to the very end of the battle. And after 1 hour and 45 minutes of tough fighting, we managed to take down their core with our catapults, and we claimed victory over this territory. Everybody in the guild was pretty excited about our victory on our very first attack on a territory. Thanks for watching.